tell me about yourself and the kind of work you do and what led you down this path. Please do share.
Yeah, I'm an international hypnotherapist and also an instructor with different competence in different healing methods, from the ancient alchemy, the ancient energetic healing, the magnetism, mesmerism, the non-verbal hypnotherapy, up to the modern hypnotherapy. I have been practicing the Chinese Qigong, the Chinese Qi energy work for more than 20 years. Then from all these different knowledge, different school I have been learning, then I developed what I call it the Ancient Hypno-Magnetism Therapy protocol. Now I'm more focusing on teaching because I really want to share this a unique protocol, kind of new method where we can cope different issues.
Perfect. And I've seen so many great videos with you on there working with people, body movement, where things seem like some people would even question if it's real, but I know it's real. So tell us more about the kind of work that you've been doing there on those videos.
Yeah, I'm combining many different modalities in my healing process. I am diffusing the energetic healing, energetic element into the modern hypnotherapy.
So differences like in the hypnotherapy and the regular therapy, like how would you defer the differences on that?
It is not about technique, but it's all about concept. It's all about principle of healing. I try to combine all of this, but with the modern scientific background, with the proven track record.
Interesting. And why was it that you developed the ancient magnetism strategies that you refer to? What led you down this therapy path and method?
Yeah, because I have been learning so many different modalities. The ancient alchemy, the ancient energetic healing technique, like the Qigong from China with different school and different tradition, like the Pakwa Qigong, the Wu Qi, the Taoism. I have also learned the Reiki, the Prana, the Tantric, the modern hypnosis, the mesmerism, magnetism from the verbal and non-verbal. And they are all good. Each of them have the character or they have their own way to approach in the healing. But I found out that each of them, they have a kind of loophole, especially on the healing process. That's why then I found an integrated method where I can combine all these different modalities, different knowledge, different principles, different concepts. I diffused the energetic element into the modern hypnotherapy. Then this new protocol give me an ability to cope for different issue for different clients.
That makes sense, and that's a very, very powerful method to combine energy and traditional types of hypnosis together, and merging those two together, it's a whole nother league for sure.
That's why I call it ancient hypnomagnetism, because it is like a old wine in a new glass. Because the energetic healing have been practiced by our ancestors for 1,000 years from different traditions. But
And
of
how
course, yes.
and how would you compare this to mesmerism, for example, that exists? How would you compare your particular practice to that known ability that is out there?
Mesmerism, it is very powerful. But the problem is that now mesmerism fundamentally become biased nowadays. It has been commercially explored. So a lot of teaching of mesmerism, they are more to show the magical effect, or how to put people in trance, or put people in sleep, or fall down, or whatever. But they lack of the healing principle. Is very powerful to put people in trance in a second. Then, but what's next? We are talking about healing. So then mesmerism become a kind of brand mark, okay, for commercial. I'm sorry to say that. It's very sad where I see that even some teachers teaching mesmerism with a kind of trick. They are doing a lot of tricky thing, a lot of camouflage instead of the real energy power. You know, mesmerism, in fact, it should involve energetic aspect. It need to involve energy, and then for this energy, you need to learn how to cultivate energy. And this is sometimes that they don't teach. So basically, mesmerism is very powerful. So I also use. So I have learned a different mesmerism school, and then I immerse these different mesmerism into ancient hypnomagnetism also, so that I can play around. I can use different technique of how to shift the mental state, how to shift the body state of the client for the further therapy.
I mean, that's very interesting, and I do notice too that a lot of these methods would be used kind of like for show and entertainment, and people are being amazed, but not so much the emphasis on healing. So when you are captivating energy, and when you're, retain this strong energy, let's say, how does it actually work when you are in working with people? Like, how do you combine these things together? How does it work?
Okay, it depends on the need, or on the issue of a client. Okay, some clients I can use purely modern hypnosis or hypnotherapy, and sometimes I can combine the verbal and non-verbal. But some cases you don't even need to put people in trance, but I can do the healing through the energetic healing. I use my energy, okay, to tune in, to build a connection with the energy of the client through the energy point on the energetic field. As you know, our body, we have different energetic layers. I'm not using my energy to heal the client. I won't do that, because if I use my energy to heal the client, it will be a deficit. It will harm myself. Okay. So what I use my energy is just to use my power, my energy, to build a connection, to get to tune in to the energy of the client, because everyone have the energy. Everyone have the we call it the prenatal energy since they are born. Okay, so the best healing, in fact, is a self healing. Our body, we have the prenatal energy. the prenatal energy is life force. We need this energy to be alive. When we run out this prenatal energy, we are dead. So we already have the energy inside our body. But the thing is that if we don't train, if we do not practice, we don't learn, we don't know how to utilize the energy we have in our body for self-healing. So our body have all the means, have all the facility, have all the ability to do healing, to produce all we need for our health. The problem what we have when we are ill or we are sick is just because of the imbalance of that. Our body have the ability to rebalance all these aspects. But the problem is that we are not trained for that. That's why I use my body to help the client to drive the energy in the client's body for self-healing.
Interesting. And what kind of situations, diseases, or matters, or what is it that can actually heal with this ancient hypnomagnetism? Who can benefit from that?
You can cope with different issues from psychological or physiological or psychosomatic, from let's say from anxiety, depression, stress, insomnia, sexual dysfunction, woman's anorgasmia, what else? Like trauma, phobia, fear, pain, grief, procrastination, what else? You name it, for all these psychosomatic things, even for self-development, or even just for relaxation. So there's a wide spectrum of issue that we can cope with this ancient hypnomagnetism, because
that's great. So you tailor it completely to their needs, and array of different things can really be solved when you combine that ability to do traditional hypnosis with energy, and that combination can really be combined a more effective and powerful method. But what is the science behind this? Like, how can you explain to somebody who doesn't see and feel tangible energy necessarily, how can this be explained as a scientific method in this practice?
the healing process of energy is going through the meridian. The energy can also amplify the endocrine system. When the endocrine system is stimulated or to rebalance, then the hormonal system will be working well, and the immunity, the immune system will be working well. And then also through this energy, we are also working a lot on the autonomic nervous system. So with this energy, we can rebalance the autonomic nervous system. We can recover we call it the polyvagal complex. So this is all are very scientific, because energy is very intelligent. It can heal, it can find where your problem are, and then what to do to rebalance or to recover it. The only things that we need to practice, we need to learn how to drive this energy, okay, and then how to use it, utilize it. So energy itself is a life force, but with the intention and will, this life force will become a healing force. So this is what we use it for the healing.
Wow. Well, that is a very thorough explanation. And you are a practicing therapist and you are healing people, correct?
Yeah, I have been helping a lot of people, either person on person or even a distance healing through Zoom. This is what something so very unique about energy, because energy, like a quantum energy, there is no boundary of space and time. No matter how far the distance between me and the client, the energy will work on real time. What happened in here will happen at the same time on the other side. So that's why energy healing is very powerful, even through the a distant healing. Anyway, I don't do the therapy as a profession. You know, I give a therapy for free because it is a part of my how to call it, a real life protocol. I want to prove this ancient hypnomagnetism protocol is working in the real world. This new protocol can cope different issues, like you can see on my YouTube channel, so that I can assure my students what I'm teaching them or what they are learning, it is something that is working, and it is a result oriented, because I'm focusing on teaching to share this a new protocol with this new concept. So I give free therapy. I mean, I don't charge.
Doesn't get better than that, right? To as a patient to have something free anywhere in the world, even on a screen, and still have the same effect. That is really profound. And what are the most complex cases that you've actually healed with this ancient hypnomagnetism energy?
One of the most complex experience I've ever had was on the we call it the sweet side pain, the trigeminal neuralgia. I work on a client. She's a lady. She's a psychiatry doctor from the United States. She has been suffering this sweet side pain for 5 years. She had been going through different surgery and medication without succeed. Make story short, after 4 sessions, it gave her a good result. Okay, we went through something like 10 sessions and online, just through a Zoom. And we had about 10 sessions, and now she can practically she can control, she can manage the pain. The pain level has significantly decreased from 10, because she almost have kind of 9 to 10. So you can imagine it's very painful, and down to around 3, 4, and it's already life changing. And she was so happy because for 5 years nobody can do that. With this 10th session, I use all the different technique, different concepts, from verbal, non-verbal, even from with the centrum therapy. You know, I use all the because I have all the different methods, so that every session I can evaluate, I can find the clue, I can find the cause of the problem. Then I can go to the root. You know, of course, I mean, ancient hypnomagnetism is not to replace medical treatment, but we have a different approach, especially pain. I mean, in her case, I'm not healing her trigeminal neuralgia problem, okay? But what was disturbing her was the pain. I just changed the neurobiological aspect, because pain is illusion. Pain is not real. So ancient hypnomagnetism is very effective for the pain management. So in fact, what I did to her is just to teach her how to manage the pain, so she can control when a trigger came. Then she know how to cope with this pain and how to control it.
I'm making this video as a review for Master Robert. He helped me a great deal with a headache that I was having for 5 years. It was diagnosed as trigeminal neuralgia, and he was able to, with hypnosis and the tools that he gave me, give me the ability to reduce the pain and to bring it a lot lower, from a 10 to a lower number. And I'm really appreciative of this. And if you are someone that is having chronic pain, I would encourage you to talk to him about ways to reduce headaches using hypnosis. He's a wonderful teacher and healer, and he really knows his stuff, and he goes out of his way for his clients and does the research to find the root of the problem.
So this is one of the case. Another unique case was to a friend who was hobbling. He had kind of problem walking, so it's a light line for more than 40 years. Only about 45 minutes, the problem was just instantly resolved. Then he can walk normal, instantly. Because the problem is not physical, it is psychosomatic. So the problem is for some traumatic experience, okay? When he was a child, then he had a kind of self-punishment. So subconsciously, he punished himself for that certain event he experienced when he was a child. So when this problem was solved, then the problem is gone.
Bangun, ya seger. Dan saya bisa. Kemudian kamu tepuk tangan kiri pakai tangan kiri, kamu tepuk kepala. Ya, coba kamu jalan. Bisa kan? Jalannya kenceng, coba jalan. Pelan-pelan coba. Jalannya agak kenceng, ya.
So there are many unique cases I have been healing, and I like it. It's just beautiful practice that when you can help people, and then where especially when they have the problem which many doctors can't help.
That's quite significant, right? I mean, you figure that there's drugs that hit certain neurotransmitters that cause you to, let's say, not feel the pain for those pain medications. And if you can find a way energetically and psychologically to hit similar neurons, you can organically remove that pain. It sounds like that triomyalgia, which is, I believe, is one of like the top 5 most painful actual conditions you can ever have. I mean, to manage that is quite significant to, bring it down by half. I saw some videos where you were treating these ladies I saw with sexual disorders and dysfunction and things that happened there. Like, that was really fascinating. Can you share more about what those videos were, what kind of conditions and things were happening there?
When I was invited to be a speaker in the World Hypnotherapy Congress, I performed the technique using the Ancient Hypno-Magnetism to heal the anorgasmia. So to a lady, she had orgasmic dysfunction. Then since then, people start contacting me and then come for the therapy, because it's the fact that orgasmic problem is a serious problem for many women, but very few seeking for therapy for different reasons. And orgasmia is a complex, a complicated issue, which is difficult to treat by doctors or even psychiatry. It is difficult to find an effective therapy method, and also most of the women, they feel ashamed, they feel reluctant to talk about it. But since I show my technique, then people and it's good that then women they start to be open to come and to ask for help. I have been working a lot on that. The healing process is not to give them the orgasm experience during the treatment, but mostly I work on the root. Normally I use the energetic healing. I shift the body stage of this client to the most primitive stage, and then I'm kind of reset the default stage of the client, because sex drive, including the pleasure, the orgasms, sensation, is the most primitive instinct. The problem is that for some reason, for some it can be traumatic experience or whatever, then they have problem to experience that orgasm. So through this energetic process, by tuning, by reconnecting the mind and the body, then the client will reset to a certain stage where she become more relaxed and more open, more sensitive to feel the experience. I have been helping a lot of clients, and they're already happy with that. It changed their sexual life. And then when I combine this energetic healing with the modern hypnotherapy, I lock that certain states with the anchoring. Then later on, she can use that anchor as the switch to turn on when she wants to experience the orgasm. Then she can tell her partner when she wants to be turned on. She can recall that stage. So the problem is solved.
How is it that this orgasmic therapy, how is it that it can heal emotional issues too, would you say?
Yeah, I have a very unique orgasmic therapy. It's very effective and powerful. A very interesting therapy to release depression, to release anxiety, release emotional block through this orgasm. In fact, the sensations is the same. It is about sensation. Okay? It's about release. Orgasm is a releasing. Emotionally, you are releasing the tension. So then I diffuse all the negative feeling, all the problem, all the emotional problem, all the traumatic problem in such a way, then I diffuse it into the pleasure.
Terus dua kali, terus empat, terus 8, terus.
So I guide her through this energetic flow. In this case, I combine a lot of this Taoism technique, okay, Taoism sexual healing. So I combine this, and then when the orgasm came, it's like an explosion of all this mixture of feeling, of emotion, and then it was so powerful. It is a kind of cathartic orgasm because the intense is so strong. And then they told me, he said that it is really releasing, really powerful, and there's nothing to do with sex. It sounds like a kind of energetic full body orgasm because it is more mentally, it's more spiritually in some sense, okay, rather than fantasy. There is no sexual fantasy. There is nothing to do with the yoni. It's nothing to do with the genital thing. Okay? Yeah, he said no. It's nothing to do with the genital thing. It is a full body emotional release.
Wow, that is just super mind blowing, and I can't even fathom or imagine what that would be like. 40 years of living and as a woman and no orgasm ever, and you're saying that in the session where you were able to create this hypno energetic electromagnetic effect, for her to have an orgasm was not even physical. It was all energy. Is that what you just depicted in the way you described everything here?
Yeah. The energetic concept I'm using in most of the sexual therapy.
So no touching. It was no touching. It was all energy and
No touching. No touching at all.
no touching.
No
And she
touching. I only working on the energetic field, the energetic layer of the body. Okay.
so right there is just
Some I combine with the verbal, but mostly I don't even use verbal because I don't want to interfere with suggestion. Because of course, I mean, you can easily make someone orgasm using the hypnotic suggestion. But I try not to use it because my objective, my target is not to get the orgasm sensation during the therapy. My objective is that I want to heal the root. I want to reset the body instinct back to the nature. I want the client to find the deeper self of the nature so that she can recover that instinct, and then she can enjoy, experience that in the basic instinct naturally without the interference. Because if you do suggestion, I mean, I'm sure that you have seen so many video how they do it, the orgasm, make ladies orgasm with hypnotic. Means for me, that's not what I'm doing. You know, it is suggestion. Sometimes I also do that if the client just want to feel that, you know, without any problem. She just want to feel a very intense orgasm. Then I can use the modern hypnosis technique. But for the healing, I use the energetic technique, and in this case, I use the Taoism because Taoism sexual healing is one of the most ancient technique or ancient concept for sexual therapy. Not only for therapy, but also in Taoism sexual Qigong, we are learning how to transmute our energy from our cement, okay, to become an energy, become a life force, and then furthermore, you can bring it up to transmute into the spiritual energy to improve our consciousness, our awareness, or even to improve our intuition. So in the Taoism, we call it the Jing Qi Shen. Jing is the man. You know, imagine, let's say man. Our semen, our sperm, every time we spray out, it's millions. Okay, but only one become a baby, or maybe two in certain cases. But what I want to try to say that all the essence, all the potential, all the good things, they are in the semen, okay, in the sperm. Because what? Because that's for the regeneration, right? But most of the case, as a man, how many children are you creating? Are we making? Only few. Most of the time, we make sex just for pleasure. And we are wasting it. We are wasting all the essence, we are wasting all the potential, all the good things we spread out for nothing. So in the Taoism, instead of wasting that, because in the Chinese medicine concept, sperm is like blood. Every time you spray out, it harms yourself, it shortens your life, because it wastes your prenatal energy. Okay, so instead of wasting that, we transmute that semen, the qing is essence, okay? The qing become energy. Okay, then from the energy, if we elevate it higher, then it will become the sun, the spiritual energy. So in this case, when you say the spiritual, I mean, in the practical way, you can improve your intuition, your awareness, your healthy mind. So this is what I'm practicing. So in my class, I also teach the Taoism technique for the sexual, and it is something similar to the tantric sex, but the Taoism has a wider spectrum.
So that's just absolutely extraordinary to create these life miracles where, you know, somebody thinks that they will never be able to have a normal sex life because they can't have an orgasm. And here you come along with this ancient hypnomagnetism techniques and strategies and are able to do it energetically, releasing all kinds of emotions all simultaneously. That is just mind-boggling. And you're teaching this in your classes, and you're teaching this these abilities that you have to others, so you are able to replicate this.
Yeah. I have three main courses. I'm teaching, I call it the Arcana breathing technique. Why I call Arcana? Because what I'm teaching is kind of secret. Because a lot of ancient technique I learned from different masters, especially in China, which not so many people know it, not so many people learn it. Okay. So in that breathing, the Arcana breathing, I teach the good concept or the the good breathing practice. And some people are asking why we need to learn breathing. We have been breathing, humans have been breathing for 1,000 years. Yes, but honestly, most of us, we misperceive or misunderstood about breathing. And we have been breathing wrongly, incorrectly. That lead to many problems, either psychologically, mentally, or also physically. That's why we have a lot, especially in this modern world, with all this way of life, we have so many problems mentally and physically. And then most of that, it is related to our breathing way. So by changing the way we breathe, we can change our whole life. We can control our emotion. We can control, rebalance our autonomic nervous system. We can improve or amplify our endocrine system, our hormone. We can do a lot of improvement on our well-being just by changing the breathing. So this one class I'm teaching, and then I'm teaching also the Arcana energetic code. So this is a very important foundation class where I teach all the different technique and concept of energy cultivation. Okay? Not only technique, but I explain the whole concept about energy. What is energy? How it works? How can it work? How can we download it? How we can connect? How can we access the energy? How we store our energy in our body? Where? And then how then later on how we utilize it, and how we can use this energy through our pen to heal other people. Okay, so this is the whole energetic concept, and in that class there are many ancient arcana technique which very few people learn it. One of the technique, one of the very powerful is the Taichi technique, or how to reconnect our microcosmos. Okay, the core target of people to learn energy in all the Chinese Qigong or the energy work, the one they want to achieve is to reconnect the microcosmos, to reconnect the meridian which are disconnected once we were born. But not, I would say, very, very few people know the right technique. It is like a missing link in the Chinese Qigong technique. In the ancient Qigong practice, they are kind of missing, okay, the right clue how to reconnect it. And then it was found by a professor, Professor Dr. Li Xiaopo. He was one of the youngest Western medical professor in China. And he became the chief of the military hospital in China. And then he learned the basic technique from his grandfather, and then he did the experiment during his practice in the hospital, and then he only start to teach after he was retired. And he was from Lanzhou, China. When I learned with him, something like 15, more than 15 years ago, or 20 years ago. At that time, he was 99 years old. And he died at 103 years old.
Wow.
And,
so you trained with the man at 99 years when he was 99.
Yeah.
Wisdom is at that age.
He was still teaching. I was lucky.
And
then
practitioner.
after he died, because he was so powerful that he, so far, as long as I know, his technique, the Chen Qi, was the only technique which is successful to reconnect this meridian. I mean, we can talk a lot about why we reconnect this meridian, this microcosmos, because it is for the charging, for our postnatal energy. Okay, and then after he died, because he had so many followers, and then after he died, his daughters continued to teach, but because there were so many followers, and then later on it was banned by the government. Many reasons, because I'm sure that you have heard about this, the Falun Gong, the one of the movement in the energy community in China, which they turns to be a political, and then it was banned in China. Then the Chinese government become very sensitive on this kind of things. especially when you have a lot of followers. Then until now, if there is, I know there are some people are teaching, but secretly, because officially it was banned. Because this is the most powerful. Because also a lot of masters, a lot of energy masters, including the in other qigong, they didn't believe it. They didn't believe that there's a technique to reconnect to regenerate the microcosmos. Even when I stayed sometimes in the Wutang Mountain to learn the Taichi at the Wutang Mountain, and then when I told my master that my microcosmos have connected, and he was laughing. He didn't believe that. He said, "No, it's nonsense." He said that we spend the whole life, but we cannot reconnect it. But when I show him the video when my meridian was connected and how I feel and how I can practice it, and he was kind of amazed because I still practicing it. I can't. I still practicing it. I can use it for myself healing. So it's very powerful technique. Okay, so this is something about that. So
Wow.
okay, so this is the energy class. Then as I say, it is a very important foundation if someone want to proceed to the Ancient Hypno-Magnetism Therapy class, because this Ancient Hypno-Magnetism Therapy class is more for people who want to be a therapist. Okay,
Wow.
because not everyone want to be a therapist. If only for self-healing or to have to heal family or friends, energetic code is enough. But if you want to go, then this foundation, this energetic power, it will be very helpful to boost your skill when you are learning this Ancient Hypno-Magnetism Therapy, because we involve a lot of energetic aspect on that protocol.
Pretty extraordinary information there, you know, to be able to obtain this wisdom and to still have ancient wisdom be shared today is quite amazing. Is there anything you could add on Taoism, sexual energy, or Wu Qi, Qigong, anything like that?
Yeah, they're all different technique of the energy cultivation. Like for instance, like the Pakwa Qigong, this is also a very basic technique of how to connect, how to access the energy of the universe. Okay, and then how to open up our energetic channel in our body so that we become more sensitive, more open when we connect with the energy source from the universe. Okay, and then for the Wu Qi is one of the most ancient energy practice, because Wu Qi is the core energetic practice before the Taichi. Okay, Taichi is 2 elements, plus minus. Okay, positive, negative, it's balance. But before this Taichi, it is a Wu Qi. Wu means nothing. So some people refer it to like kind of the start of this, the beginning of this universe, maybe after the Big Bang or whatever. Okay, whatever you call it. But there's the core energy technique. Because in this technique, because most of the energy cultivation technique, people are using the breathing. But in Wu Qi, it's not only breathing that you can cultivate energy, but also only with a posture or certain movement. And then so if you train well, if you practice well this Wu Qi, you can control the flow of the energy between the inner energy in our body with the energetic field from outside, like from our client. You can use your palm. You will have a very sensitive palm to drive the energetic flow for healing.
That's
So there's a
wonderful.
lot of interesting ancient technique I'm teaching.
And you teach this online?
No, I don't teach it online because what I'm doing is not about money, okay? But I really want to share this ancient art, okay? I want really to share this different modality from the knowledge which I obtained with all the talents. I've spent too much time, too much money, honestly. I spent too much money, too much time on all these things. I mean, this is my passion. Maybe I can just add on a little bit. I mean, this therapy thing, this energetic thing is not my profession. I'm a businessman. Okay. I'm also an artist. You can Google myself on Google. I'm known more as an artist rather than as a therapist. So this is my passion. I like learning and I like sharing because I'm teaching also art. I'm teaching bonsai art in over 45 countries all over the world. So I have the competence of teaching. I know how to construct or to create a very structural, a very constructive module teaching method. So I liked it. I want to share it. It's my passion, and then especially what I'm lucky to found all these different masters because it's just by luck, by destiny. I would say that I met these the different masters, and it is pity if this kind of practice just lost it because less and less the young generation want to learn it. With all this patience, this all intensive, constant will, motivation. So I try to keep it and then share this knowledge. So I don't recommend online because it needs a lot of practice. So a lot of people asking me for online. Say no, I don't do it online.
Well, that's a pretty cool, fascinating hobby, and it's pretty esoteric. Now, how can people join your class then?
Mostly people they organize a group of people. Okay, let's say 5, 4, 10, or 20, and then they invite me to come, and then I come to teach. Okay, because I don't really promoting. I don't really schedule a class, then promote to sell. No, I never do that. Okay, so mostly people they organize and then they invite me to come to teach. And some people they are coming for a private class in Indonesia. But honestly, I don't really recommend private. What I mean private is only one person. It is dense. I mean you don't have the opportunity to do the practice. So if normally at least let's say 2 people or 4 people, then you have the opportunity to practice because we will do a lot of practice, a lot of exercise. So I mean people can organize a group of people and then just contact me, and then yeah, I'm happy to come to teach.
Great. And what makes your school and teaching methods different, would you say, compared to other schools?
The main difference is that I'm teaching more on the concept, the principle, not the technique, because technique is just a way how to do that. It is funny. Some people, when they learn modern hypnotherapy, the teachers gave them a kind of script. They should memorize the script. They should memorize a certain healing with a certain method, a certain routine. So when you forget this, the one step in between, and then you lost everything. Okay, so that's why a lot of people they say, I have learned modern hypnosis, but I don't know. I don't have confidence. I cannot put people in trance. So, and then people say, okay, I mean, I learned this technique, but I don't know if the healing is really taking place. So this is all the problem when you are learning technique. So in my case, I am always teaching the concept, the principle. When you know the concept, the principle, how it works, why it works, how to make it work, then when you know all these things, the technique is only a way. And then you can create your own technique. You can play around. You can use your intuition. When you have a certain client with certain issue, because you know the concept, you know the principle, immediately you know what technique you want to do. You can do improvisation. You can combine. That's why I combine so many things, because it's not about technique. It's about the way how to get the result. So my teaching is more result oriented.
That's excellent. And how can people find you, Robert?
Yeah, people can find me here on my website, my WhatsApp. So people can contact me easily. Then let me know.
That's wonderful, Robert. I'm super grateful for everything you shared, the time you shared, and all the nuggets. I got a lot of pieces, and I'm enthused to uh, definitely, learn more myself and be able to, study your craft. I think it's going to change a lot of lives. It's already doing that, and thank you for everything.
So my pleasure. It's my pleasure to share all this information. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. God bless.